Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 85 of Persona 5 Royal. And while we have Yusuke and Makoto available again, after the multitude of times it rained, at least we got both of them at rank 7 right now. We're gonna have to get them at rank 9, or at least rank 10 by the next palace. We'll probably get that done. Let's see. Other than that, Sojiro's coming back next month, and still the end of this month, and Goro's coming back next month. Let's see. The weapons dealer, I gotta deal with him. We just gotta get back to school for Kawakami. We only just started Chiaya's confidant rank. Sorry, I almost said social link. Hifumi is still at level 3. Oya's at rank 4. And I do believe we have Torinosuke at rank 8. So we only have 2 more times to vote for him. And Mishima's at rank 8 as well. And the only way we're going to move him any further is we got to at least find the last 2 names for the targets and go straight to Mementos, then meet up with him for rank 9 and possibly rank 10. Because I do believe that would be like 16. But this is the rank egg for Yusuke. Yusuke's still in his slump. And of course his muse is right next to him. Funnily enough, Yusuke will eventually get that painting. When, you may ask, it'll be at the end of the game. But for right now, Yusuke again is still at a slump, and he is trying desperately to get out of it.
Oh yeah.
So, what? Oh my god! Of course. I mean, I understand people are like, how come they're using on-stripping as a joke when it was a terrible thing for Kamoshida? Well, see, here's the thing. When it comes down to Yusuke has no intention of doing terrible things to An, number 1. Number 2, he's only painting her as a as a model. Kamoshida has bad intentions. There's the difference. And also, when it comes down to An, normally she wouldn't mind things like that, so long as she's not doing things against her will. And in this rate, the nude painting was only due to the fact that removed content basically made it to where Madoranime was demanding something like extravagant, like a nude painting. Otherwise, Kaneshiro was going to come down on him for more money. And that's why he was holding that exhibit, because that money was going to Kaneshiro. But cut content is cut content. So, here we are. Close to rank 9, and I showed you the answers for rank 8. And needless to say, if I'm not mistaken, we've already got the ability to have Yusuke paint cards for us in a day's time with the Confidant prize from the previous playthrough, but I do believe we also have that ability from rank 7. So now that it comes down to this, all that's left is for Yusuke to have rank 10, and that will be fantastic. Practically all the Phantom Thieves should be at rank 10, because let's face it, I mean, it's going to be harder due to the way that they're all going to appear and the time schedule, but so far, at least I got An and at least I got Ryuji at rank 10. And this will teach Yusuke Endure. Since we already are at rank 7, Yusuke can now paint cards, and he'll have it done by day 1. You won't have to wait 3 days. And on top of the fact that once you do that, you could keep painting that same card over and over again. God forbid, I'm going to make him paint some Heat Risers. And you want to know why? Heat Riser or Debilitate. most likely debilitating Heat Riser. Because that skill, those skills right there, are pretty much godsends. And when it comes down to Shimigami Tensei, having debilitate very early on, or at least midway through the game, is a lifesaver. As I will unfortunately find out the hard way in Shimigami Tensei Nocturne, once I ever get that playthrough done. Or if I ever get to 1,000. So, on that note, see what all is available. Well, I kinda don't have a choice but to hang out with EY, or... Yeah, that's a hangout for him. Damn, that is a hangout. A mandatory one at that. So I guess we'll go with Hifumi for now. So far, Hifumi is finding out that her, mother is putting her in photo shoots and stuff like that. But this particular, Confidant rank, the only reason that it didn't show up because it was raining, because this introduced Jinbocho, which, by the way, will be a secondary bookstore. You could actually come here to buy books that normally you weren't able to buy in not only Shinjuku, but also in Shibuya. So, on that note, you could just come to the bookstore. And by the way, this is also a place where you could have friend dates. And needless to say, this isn't a friend date. This is practically an angry opponent of Hifumi's. There is a reason why she's angry. Very, very angry at Hifumi. But we won't know that reason until we get to her rank 7. Which I hope to God you have level 5 knowledge. Because if you don't, it's gonna be a while to level her up. So, with that said, I do believe that I think this rank will give us the ability to, if I'm not mistaken, get the experience points booster and also the money booster if you manage to defeat an enemy within the first turn. Which, a turn is basically the entire cycle of the Phantom Thieves before it goes to the enemies. Like, for instance, if there's 4 Phantom Thieves, the turn is not to the enemy until all 4 Phantom Thieves have took their turn. So if you defeat an enemy... Oh wait, no. I think that is rank 5. No, I thought it was this one. But, yeah, the skill in question is basically you getting a bonus for finishing off a battle really quickly before it gets to the opponent's turn. Which I have been doing, quite frankly, since I got Hifumi as a Confidant rank. So, right now, the only thing that matters is the fact that we literally have 8 more days before the deadline comes in and before the arc is over. And considering 8 more days is going to go by within a matter of 41 minutes, I think it's safe to say we are going to... Oh, I should say 7 days, actually. We are going to be getting as much stuff done with the Confidants as humanly possible. And I missed this last part. So, I think I'm going to get... drink set. Yes, definitely get the drink set. Because those flower sets you could buy out in the street. The drink set, it is in your best interest to get the drink set now. Because you are not going to be able to get... Hold on now, there's nobody here. Well, there's only one thing to do at a time like this when nobody's here. It's time for us to play some dark, or at least we could get some luck up. Yes, we'll go over here, and we're going to get EY up. That'll be the smart thing to do right now before we do anything else. Since she's here after all. Not luck, I meant affinity reading. That's what I meant to say. Let's... Like I said... Oh, we have to boost her up too. Might as well, because her rank 2 and rank 3 does not give her any points. So doing this actually helps me. And I will have to deepen my relationship with her later. Right now, we've got other things to worry about. Like, for instance, pool. Get over there. Or are we going to be reading? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh! We're going to be working here. I remember now. Oh, it's almost as if it's like your playthrough. No, it is. I was just trying to remember what I was doing. So let's go ahead and work for a little bit. And I think this time around, we're going to find out the name of that guy. Because we already worked here once. And this time, we're going to get the name of the person who's doing some stupid stuff. And the name of the person is... Taizo Naguri. Yes, that's the guy we're going to have to beat up. And also, before we come working here again, if we ever want to work here, we'll have to get Flowerpedia.
How are you feeling?
That way we'll get extra kindness just in case. And also extra money.
Hey.
So... on that note, we've got 2 of those Mementos missions targets unlocked, and we just need 2 more, meaning we're going to have to work at the store for 2 days. But for now, it's starting to rain again. So who's available? Yep, let's see. EY, damn it, and I went there and up Chiaya's and, you know what? Let's just get Torinosuke out of the way. We've got 2 more times with him. But before I do anything, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Now it's time for us to go on ahead and get Torinosuke's Confidant rank up. Because, after all, it is Sunday and we only have 2 more instances of him. And once we're done with this one and the last one, we won't have to worry about Torinosuke for the rest of the game. He'll be done by the deadline of the 18th. Oh, now that I stop and think about it, Kawakami also has a deadline too. Hers is the 14th. Well, it has something to do with the plot of the game, but still. On this note, we're basically going to be dealing with Torinosuke's speech. And Torinosuke is practically going to give his answer to the 2 people who is trying to have him as their ally. And the fans are actually, well, and the people are actually behind him this time. As opposed to pointing out or calling him no good Tora. Well, he's, instead of just outing Kuromoto, he is basically embracing no good Tora. Instead of it being a sign of weakness, it is now a sign of a change for him to do better. And more importantly, at least learn from the mistakes of the past. And I gotta say, he is as honest of a politician as you're gonna get. Because considering the politician we're gonna have to deal with at the end of the game, this guy is a lifesaver. Or a breath of fresh air. And considering real world politics, you definitely need an honest politician nowadays. It's really hard to find one. Excessively hard to find one. I would say that an honest politician has gone the way of the dodo. And last I checked, the dodo are repopulating. So, actually, their chances is really slim of having an honest politician. Oh well. Yeah, wait, hold on. If I'm saying going the way of the dodo, then that means... I just made myself look like a hypocrite. Anyway, there was nothing of importance to actually choose from. No matter what you choose, you're going to get rank 9. We got one more instance left. One more time for the vote for Torinosuke, and that's it. It'll be the last time we'll be dealing with this diet man, and thankfully we don't have to use the Sun persona for it. You think it'll make it easier? No, it will not. However, there is a hangout we have to go to, and I think it's going to make things easier to, hang out with Makoto later, or at least bring her to rank 8. So, we'll have to go to Booktown, which Jirocho is actually called. So her special hangout will, for the most part, be in,
Excuse me.
it's after rank 7, or at least after rank 6. So long as you have that by this date, you'll have this hangout. And having this hangout would just make things easier to level up Makoto. And speaking of making things easier to level up somebody, there's still Hifumi. Hifumi is going to also gain some sort of points from here. Remember, I think we could call her fellow shogi warrior. It doesn't matter which we call her. This answer didn't give her any points, but the answer afterwards would.
I see.
So, quite frankly, at least Hifumi is the face to the name, because Yusuke did describe her to Makoto.
Yes.
And Ryuji Ryuji thought that he could flirt with her, but whatever the case, the top answer will definitely get you some points. So that's basically 6 points towards getting the rank 8 for Makoto, and at least I'd say 3 for Hifumi, and that's all you need. It's like 3 notes to show up, so that way anytime you can just rank them up, no problem. And also using Chihaya to rank up people is basically going to be a piece of cake. And everybody's still panicking because there's literally 6 days left.
I know it's frustrating, but there's not much we can do.
And it's 6 days left before the initial deadline, which is the 21st.
Oh.
We got Waters for birth, and all that stuff, so that's good. And we have just Chihaya. Okay. So let's go on ahead and get to Chihaya. Wait, hold on. There's anybody else? Nope. Let's go over to Chihaya. That'll raise her up to rank 2. Let's see. Wait, what are you doing past me? Go over there. There we go.
I'm going to shrivel up.
Now then. I think we need to do a fortune reading first.
What do we do?
An affinity reading, at least. I'm gonna get EY this time, because I haven't been hanging out with him as of late. And the thing is, once I get to rank 5, I'll be halfway done with him.
Go.
So, at least we will be able to advance further.
What do you think?
Okay. Wait. past me. What are you doing? Oh, no, it's not Chiaya. It's Oya. Oh.
Oh, honey.
Oh, right. We're going to have to deal with the drunk paparazzi.
Is this weather a result of climate change?
Oh, Jesus. And, by the way, I have Belphegor for this.
Oh?
Or was it Baphomet? Whichever one of those spirits I have. No, being Persona I have, I think. It was probably Baphomet. But whatever the case. Right now, this is rank 3. And she is still trying to cope with the fact that her partner is MIA and she's trying to find her. And as a result, she's not only overworking herself, but she's drinking her sorrows away. And by the way, this is the answer for that question there. So,
Shit.
I don't know what in the world I could tell him. I mean, I don't know what the question. I didn't know what the best answer for that one was, because either way, she'd be offended. And
Damn it.
I think I may have gotten the wrong answer. Oh wait, no. This is the right one. Okay, this one definitely got me to rank 3. So we have at least 7 more ranks to go with Oya. And if I'm not mistaken, this one's probably a useless skill. Because the first one was lowering security. The second one, I think, is lowering security while you're in the safe room. I don't know why everybody got hyped up about this. Yep, it is lowering security and also lowering...
All right.
And also lowers the security even more when you defeat enemies. Which, quite frankly, it doesn't really matter. Because in this game, you can't get kicked out of the palace no matter how high the notoriety is. All this just does is just makes it easier for you to grind in the palace more. I don't know why everybody think that her powers or her gifts or abilities is actually pretty good. They're kind of mediocre at best, in my opinion. Especially the way... I mean, it would have been good if Royal hadn't been made to game journalist mode. And that's just my opinion. Let's see. Makoto's been ranked. It needs to rank up. So, might as well get her one. Because I went to Yusuke first. And since it's raining, I don't think Yusuke is available on this day. So, on that note, let's go on to... Hold on, let's check the Confidant rank. So, Makoto will be at rank 8. Alright, let's get that over with. And here I am like, yeah, I'm getting close. I just need 2 more ranks with the both of them, and then they'll have their trickster personas ready, just in case we go to Okumura's palace.
Well,
Oh yeah, bringing tricksters is going to help you out. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do that with Morgana. Morgana is not even going to be involved in Okumura's palace. I will make sure that I get a wind persona just so I can survive.
something the matter?
Now then, this part of the Confidant rank is Makoto trying to tell Aiko that her boyfriend, Bootleg Nishikiyama, is literally trying to hit on Makoto, and he is a piece of shit. An absolute piece of shit who is also begging for money. And he also inadvertently, quote-unquote, dropped some expensive wine and is asking her to work for money. That is some scumbaggery right there. I'm pretty sure Japan is very strict with laws like that, and they are pretty much quick to react to things like that if they actually got the evidence to pack on those guys. But let's face it, if host clubs guys do shady shit like that, and they could do it in a way they could get away with it, they'll keep doing it. And it's really bullshit, to be honest. And yeah, we're probably gonna have to deal with the fact that Aiko just doesn't want to be saved. And we're trying to convince this idiot, hey look, he is trying to use you. But then again, that's what happens when naive girls who fall for men will try to defend them, even though they are, well, either naive or, in the case of Aiko, completely fucking stupid. So, with that said, again, this Confidant rank takes place after, if I'm not mistaken, defeating Kaneshiro. So, yeah, bear in mind, he used to run Shinjuku, not to mention Shibuya. But he only hid in Shibuya because Makoto's father ended up killed. Well, getting killed. And unfortunately that was scrubbed clean. And that is not in the code anywhere. So with that said, let's see what we got here. Ooh, Endure. So that's 3 people with Endure. Morgana will eventually have Endure by the time we get to Okamura's palace. It's gonna royally suck that we have to go through the story for that. But, yes. Morgana will have Endure just in time to get to the palace. So, on that note, we have rank 8 with Makoto, rank 8 with Yusuke, and I think we can go to...
Man, it's hot.
Okay, now we can go to Chihaya. Hifumi's also there too. So, let's see if there's anybody else other than those two. Oh, right. This one's actually pretty important. This rank here is what I was talking about when I said there was a forced answer for rank 2 and rank 3. So, with that said, let's hang out with her. And oh yeah, I'm using one of the DLC personas because they're a Fortune persona. I think that was Asterios Picaro, yes. And by the way, that persona came from Persona 4 Arena. That's what it is. So, the actual answer is, the actual answer is going to show up eventually, and I will highlight the actual answer. And any answer you choose otherwise, you will not get rank 3 and you'll have to start rank 2 all over again.
Here we go.
Don't worry, there is no reverse. Not in this game, although Chihaya was supposed to be the reverse Confidant rank. There's no reverse Confidant ranks. All the more reason why I say, thank God that there's no reverse Confidant ranks.
What shall we do?
So, the one you need to do is encourage her. That's the one you need to tell her. Because that one is going to do that and overturn your fate. Those are the 2 answers you tell her. Because anything else is not going to raise the rank. Those are the two mandatory answers that will do it. And that's all the more reason why I went there and gave Chiaya some affinity reading, because these do not give you points, but they're forced. And with that said, Chiaya's tarot card reading is all of a sudden got a reversal of fortune, much to her surprise. And with that reversal of fortune, the only thing that can be said is she needs to open her mind with change. And that one actually would give her confidant rank, I suppose. I mean, it'll be just enough to get her to 3, but still. It'll be in your best interest if you're going to use Chiaya for 2 and 3. Do a luck reading for her the day you're going to do that. It would make things a lot easier on you, and more importantly, you will not a luck reading, I mean an affinity reading. It'll basically make things easier for you to do that with, if you have the ability to do so. If not, then you're going to have to make sure you have a fortune persona on hand and you answer the questions correctly. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck at rank 2 or rank 3. So, with that done, that would bring us to, if I'm not mistaken... Oh, wait, hold on. This is the after call. And the after call is only for Royal. But for Vanilla, as I was saying, make sure you answer those 2 questions correctly. And also make sure that you have a persona on hand. With the after call, choose the first one. Boom. Done. You'll be ready for rank 3. And as for rank 3, just again, bring a fortune persona. You'll be able to bring one, because if I'm not mistaken, there will be fortune persona available for fusion, like right after Futaba's Palace. On that note, we've got 4 more days left before the deadline. Ooh! We get to do Yusuke's rank 9 because it's hot outside.
Yo.
And we'll have to clean up our plate, and we'll have to get ready to go. I mean, not necessarily clean up our plate. Let's see, other than Yusuke, who else is available? Just Yusuke, because An and Ryuji are maxed out. So, let's go on ahead and meet up with Yusuke, so that way we can get that rank 9 done. I mean, it would be at that point where we could just go to darts or billiards, but let's work on that rank 9, so that way we could get King Frost off of our persona list.
By the way,
So, let's see. We're just going to hang out with Yusuke, and Yusuke is going to once again go to Mementos. This time around, Yusuke actually knows what needs to be painted. He's finally beat the slump. So, once again, we're painting in he's going to paint in Mementos. At the same time, at least the Reaper isn't there. Yeah, by the way, that is a real thing. That's also in the anime. And manga, if I'm not mistaken.
your thoughts?
Which Yusuke tries to draw with Joker trying to grab him to run. And by the way, that is the first answer. The first answer is the best answer for that one.
But
And we have, at least, if I'm not mistaken, 4 more palaces. I mean, palace number 7 is going to go by really, really fast because it's got the most cruelest deadline out of the entirety of the bunch. And even then, once you get through the infiltration, you still won't be able to take on the boss until like the deadline itself. And then there is also the same thing that happens with the last 3 palaces. Actually, no, the last 4 palaces, I should say. Royal will not let you take on the boss until you get to the deadline, if I'm not mistaken. No, wait, actually, no, I don't think Okumura has that part. But we managed to get to rank 9. But anyway, I'm trying to remember if Okumura, you have to either get his palace done, or you have to wait until the palace is near the deadline before you give him the calling card. One of the two. Oh wait, no. You give him the calling. You can give him the calling card immediately. It's the last 3, or actually 1, 2. It's the last 1, 2, and 3 that you gotta get the calling card at the deadline. And one of the palaces, like the somewhat penultimate palace, you just got to discover the entirety of the palace and manage to get there without, getting kicked out. Because if I'm not mistaken, in vanilla, if you get kicked out of the penultimate palace that's not the Laboratory of Sorrow, yeah, that's game over for you automatically. Plain and simple, because there was, no way for you to get back in. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about that in Royal.
It sounds like I'm starting to get anxious.
Yes, Morgana, shut up, I know.
The best thing we can do for now is
Everybody's anxious, there's 4 days left. And, ooh, Hifumi, let's go over there. We can rank her up. And we're checking to see if there's anybody else. And no, there is not. Let's go and rank her up, too. And, uh-oh, there's her mom. We can't talk to her, but we can talk to Hifumi.
Oh?
Now, as I told you before, her mom is practically chasing clout because she blames the death of her husband on Shogi, and since Hifumi has an interest in Shogi, she's practically using her daughter as a cash cow. And that's the gist of it. Meanwhile, even though you're just learning how to play shogi, she is absolutely strict. And more importantly, we'll see to it that Hifumi does not marry, because the moment she does, in actuality, while it looks like she cares for her best interests, in actuality, if she ever gets married, there goes the money. That's the reason why she has that mindset. So that right there, she's scary, is the best way to say that. And, again, Hifumi's mom blames Shogi for her husband's death, instead of the illness that took him. She's definitely deluded, but as you go on in this confidant rank, you will realize just how screwed up Hifumi's mom really is. Yeah, and by the way, this is the answer you should choose. Try to be a little bit more sympathetic with her. Try to be as much sympathetic with her plight as humanly possible. Because again, her mother is using her for a cash cow. She needs all the sympathy she could get. I understand that parents want to try to utilize their child's gifts, but there's a difference between helping their child's gifts grow and using their gifts and talent for money. In the case of Hifumi's mom, this one I think is Sorry I'm jumping subjects here, but what we just got is something that didn't come with the Confidant gift, and that is the ability to escape even though you are surrounded by an enemy in an ambush. And that will come in handy, especially against the fucking Reaper. So, as I was saying, there is a difference between parents who try to push their child and utilize their gift to try to help them grow, and parents who utilize their child's gifts and talents to try to make monetary gain off of them. This is the case with Hifumi's mom. The latter, not the former. And she is pretty much concerned that, again, the moment Hifumi gets a life and gets married, she's going to forget about her mother, and also all the money that she made will go with her. And that's the last thing she wants. Yeesh. I know I sound like I'm repetitive, but that is the gist of what's going on with Hifumi's mom. And Hifumi is just thinking that she is going to just improve her skills to try to put her mother at ease, not knowing that, again, she's literally using her kid as a cash cow. And oh boy, wait till we get to Shinya's mother. Oh boy. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next episode of Persona 5 Royal, where we continue on with the Confidant ranks, and more importantly, we only have 3 days left. Chances are we're going in the plot. This is R from Man 985. Peace out.